Hello, good evening, and welcome back. Clapping banned at Oxford University to stop people being triggered. Yes, that's our oldest university. In fact, it's older than some countries. And our most prestigious university, Oxbridge, a combination of Oxford and Cambridge, they have banned clapping in order to stop people being triggered. Where people go to be the future of our country, the number one university. Yes, indeed. It has now resorted to such a level. At this point, surely you would expect the parents to say, hang on a minute, what are you doing to my child? Why the hell is this the case? And if people degrade to such a level, then how are they expected to get on in the real world? Because if you're just walking by and there's a labourer hammering something in, knocking things, whatever it might be, at that point, you're triggered. And what is it, in fact, that you have to be triggered about? How could this possibly be at all possibly triggering for you to set off your anxiety like that? Surely there's a much deeper problem that is worth dealing with. Unless, of course, you just wish to gain victim status. We have a lady with finger guns, so let's see how long she sticks around. So they say students at the University of Oxford have voted to replace clapping with a silent wave because it could trigger anxiety. They are instead being told to use jazz hands, where they wave their hands in the air. The motion to mandate the encouragement of silent clapping was successfully passed by the university student union officers following their first meeting with you on Tuesday. All the more reason why unions don't help at all. It will apply at student union events and, if successful, rolled out to other societies and events. Well, I think we can all believe that it won't be all that successful, at least if it's rolled out further, because the unions and the echo chambers which they operate within are not at all useful in telling what most people would like to see. When you just talk amongst yourselves so long, you lose track of reality, and therefore you might be good within your own social group, but then when you try to enact change on a broader scale with people who don't know you, that's when it all falls apart. So it says it comes after the University of Manchester passed a similar motion in September last year. They say jazz hands is the British Sign Language expression for applause and is considered a more inclusive gesture. Yes, almost as if deaf people can't see people clapping. Surely then they realise, oh yes, this is good, people are happy. Some people just do it instinctively. It's similar to smiling. Even blind people who have been blind from birth smile instinctively. They can't help it. It's just how people express their happiness. So sabbatical officers Roisin McCallan said, the policy was proposed in order to encourage the use of British Sign Language clapping during our democratic events to make those events more accessible and inclusive, all including people who suffer from anxiety. Inclusivity is one of the student union's founding principles. Funnily enough though, talking about inclusivity and similar thing with their diversity, that they do not care for diversity of opinions and including people who might disagree with them. They don't care for creating a more robust narrative. And I know that Stephen Crowder hopped on this when he was talking about the abortion debate, for example, that it seems that the left, or basically anyone within an echo chamber, has not needed to develop their arguments at all for over the years, whereas people who actually wish to steelman their opponents and create robust debates and are actively seeking to find the truth instead of making themselves feel better, they do have to develop their arguments, and they change and adapt and improve over time, and therefore they do compromise on some things as more evidence comes to light, and they create a more well-rounded understanding of the world, whereas obviously these people with echo chambers don't. The nice thing about that is that if they're so apart from reality, then they can miss the Overton window changing. And as we've seen, the agreement of social justice policies has thankfully been decreasing quite steadily for a little while now. Unfortunately, that seems to have been replaced by nihilism and people seeming to have a lack of meaning. But I think that given time, this will come to correct itself, as there will be a few people who see reason in the world and therefore wish to push forward with the meaning and will encourage other people to join in with them as well. And that is what will get us out of this rut as a collective. And it's a similar thing that within a group you have, of course, many different people, at least you'd hope so. And similarly, that within yourself you have many different character traits. So if you find yourself to be in a rut, then you can use those little parts of you, those little inspirational, motivational parts, the parts of you that can tell you when you're doing the right thing or not, that you know. And then you've just got to push forward with those, and eventually, obviously, the habit will stick, and you'll find yourself getting out of it and improving day in, day out. And just by doing the little things to make your life better, you'll then feel better, and it'll have a snowball effect. And the momentum will carry you forward, and you'll be able to do more until the next rut, of course. So it's the same thing in your personal life as it is with society as a whole. So with that in mind, I'm glad that I could end this on a kind of positive to say that we are getting out of this rut, even if we seem to be digging deeper in some places for the time being. I think that it's about time the pendulum swings back the other way. But as always, do let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm always intrigued to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you for your continued support. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Try and find the YouTube algorithm. And I will see you next time. Enjoy your weekend.